Good morning, everyone, and good morning, Tejasvi, Varsha. Good morning, Indra, and good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Sai Darsak. Good morning. Good morning, Anjali. Deepa, good morning. Okay, so let's start. I had sent the PDF of DPP 1 and 2 to you. Okay, you want to key for the DPPs. Okay, don't worry, you'll get today. Okay. Yes, good morning to all. Now let's start the class. So I had given you the homework for DPP1 and DPP2. So I expect that you people have solved those problems. So I want to know that how many of you have solved the problems. If you have solved the problem, then definitely there may be some doubts. Very nice, good. Versa solved the problem, very good. I expect everyone to solve the problem. Yes. So have you any doubts in that DPP 1 or 2? First of all, I will clear your doubts, and after that I will move forward in the next concept. Okay, good, very good. Good, Deepak, Hanok, all have solved, very good. Okay, so tell me the doubts immediately. First of all, I will clear your doubts and then I will move the class forward. Yes, please tell me the doubt. I am going to open that PDF. You did not got DPP, Tejasvi. So I think you are not in the group. You are not in the group KVC first year MPC group. That's why I think you have not got the DPP. I have sent the DPP in the group. Okay, Tejasvi, Veronica, you people are not in the group. Please join the group via your friends or via Kundan sir. Okay. It's a Telegram group, Vaishnavi, it's Telegram group. And this group is for the students of first year. Okay, KVC first year students. This group is for them. And in that group, we send DPPs and other homeworks. Okay, so you must join the group. How to join the group? I think that is via invitation link from the friends, or you can ask from Kundan sir. Okay, from where you are getting the link for this meeting, you can ask from that sir. Okay. Okay. So yes, one has asked me the doubt DPP1 question number 4 Varsa. Yes, Varsa's doubt is DPP1 question number 4. Oh, so who has done this question number 4? Is there anyone who has done the question number 4? Anyone? Question number 4 DPP1. Anyone has done it or not? Why not? Who has done this question? Question number 4. No one. But only one student, Varsa, has asked me the problem, question number 4. No other student has asked. So if you have doubt, then please ask. Okay, so I want to tell you one thing about question number 4 of DPP1. This question was asked in IIT Mains 2018. JEE Mains 2018, the question was asked. Okay, there were options, but I had not given you the option right now because I wanted you to solve the problem. Okay, okay, Hinduza 1340 is your answer. Okay, let's check, and I will send the answer key, don't worry. Okay, so let's start. Okay. DPP1 question number 4. This question was asked in IIT Mains 2018. Okay, the question was, you had to evaluate 1 square plus 2 into 2 square plus 3 square plus 2 into 4 square plus 5 square plus, likewise 2 into 6 square plus, and up to where? Up to 20 terms, only 20 terms I had given. Okay, up to 20 terms. So the calculation was not very big because I had given you the question only up to 20 terms. See, can you apply the formula? Can you apply the formula? Think about it. The answer is no. Why not? Why you cannot apply the formula for 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square up to n square? You cannot apply the formula because it is not directly written as sum of first 20 natural numbers. The problem is here 2 into 2 square. The problem is here 2 into 4 square. The problem is here 2 into 6 square. So we have to first remove this problem. Only after that we will be able to apply the formula. No, it's not point. It's not point. I don't think there is a meaning of 2.2 square. No, there is not any meaning of 2.2 square. The second thing is that point is written here. Okay, 2.2. And if I had put a dot in between, then it represents a multiplication. Okay. So remember this thing. This is not a, this is not decimal. This is multiplication. Okay. I'm okay. Here the point has been put downside. Okay, no problem. But it's not decimal. It's product. Okay. So it's product. Okay. Because I told you that there is no meaning of 2.2 square. It is product. So now the problem is that here 2 is multiplied. 2 into 2 square. That's why we are not able to apply the formula. Here 2 into 4 square. That's why we are not able to apply the formula. Okay. So let's first of all solve this problem. What should I do is 1 square plus, I will write this 2 into 2 square as 2 square plus 2 square. Yes, can you write this or not? Please tell me. I am telling you that suppose if 2x is written 2 into x, then what does it mean? It means x plus x. Okay, so if 2 is multiplied to any number, that means it is repeated addition 2 times. I think you have studied in class 3 or 4 that repeated addition means multiplication. So if you have added x 2 times, then it means 2 into x. Yes. So here 2 into 2 square, I had written it 2 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus. Similarly, this 2 into 4 square can be written as 4 square plus 4 square plus 5 square plus 6 square plus 6 square plus likewise up to 20th term. Now tell me, can you tell me what will be the 20th term? What will be the 20th term? See, only in the even term 2 is getting multiplied. In odd term 2 is not getting multiplied. Only in the even term 2 is getting multiplied. So 20th term is an even term. So you will write what? 20 square plus 20 square. Okay. Now, to apply the formula, see, here this 2 square is extra. Here this 4 square is extra. Here this 6 square is extra. Similarly, here 20 square is extra. So let's put these extra things in the end. Okay. So what will be left out here is 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus up to 20 square. Here I can apply the formula, and I am putting these extra things in the last. So in the end, I will write 2 square plus 4 square plus 6 square. 2 square plus 4 square plus 6 square up to 20 square. Now, here you can apply the formula. You can apply the formula for sum of squares of first 20 natural numbers. The formula is what? N into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 divided by 6. So put n is equal to 20 there. You will get 20 into 21 into 41 divided by 6. Now plus here. Next, just wait a second. Yes. So here, I think you have done this question in the previous classes. What will you do? You will take 2 as common from all the terms. But because of this power 2, 2 square will come out. So 2 square will come out as 4. I am writing 4. So in the bracket, you will get 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus up to it will be 10 square. I think now you got the answer. So 20 into 21 into 41 divided by 6 plus 4 multiplied by, you can apply, no, not 2 into, Deepak, it will be 4 into, 2 square will come out of the bracket. Okay. So 4 into, now you can apply the formula, you will put n is equal to 10 here. So n is equal to 10, after that you will get 10 into 11 into 21 divided by 6. Now, what will you do now? I told you in the first class that please don't try to cancel and multiply and this and then add. No, I told you that take common because it will reduce your calculation. Yes, good. This is the thing. Very good, Varsa. One thing I want to tell you that the small concepts, the small things, whatever I am telling you in between the classes, please keep those things in your mind, because if you keep those things in your mind, if you study in the class properly, if you do your homework properly, then do you know, at the end of 2 years, I assure you, I can give you a written guarantee that you will get definitely selection in your desired examination, whether it is IIT or any other exam. I am sure about it. Okay, just you have to do the things whatever I am telling you. Okay, so yes, take common. What will be common? 21 divided by 6. Yes, 10 into 2. Let's take 2 from here. So 20 will also be taken out as common. So what will be left? 20 into 21 divided by 6 is taken as common. Here 41 left, and plus here 10 moved out, 21 moved out, 6 moved out, here 2 moved out, only 2 remains left. 2 into 11. So 11 into 2 becomes 22. Now see. The calculation is 20 into 21 divided by 6 multiplied by 63. So I think the calculation is little smaller compared to this. Now you can calculate it. 3 2s are and 3 2 into 3 1, and now 2 here 10. Now 21 square into 10. Yeah, now you can evaluate it. Okay. So you all can get the answer. The question, I am telling you, the question was asked in JEE Mains 2018. Yes. Any else question? Anything else you want to ask, please, from the DPP 1 and 2? Any more doubt? Please tell me quickly so that I can move to the next question or concept in the class. Yes, any doubt, please? DPP 1 question number 3. Also, you have doubt in question number 3. Okay. Okay, so see, DPP 1 question number 3. Tejasvi, you are giving the answer for which question? 4410. Okay, you have squared this, I think. Yes. Okay, no problem. I am going to write 4410. So first of all, okay, Varsa, your doubt is DPP 2 question number 6, but before that, Hanok has asked DPP 1 question number 3. So let's solve this problem quickly. Very easy problem, but good question. So question number 3 of DPP 1. The students who did not got DPP, please consult your friends. Please consult Kundan sir. Please join the group so that all things may be properly communicated to you. Okay. Yes, question number 3 is 1 cube plus 3 cube plus 5 cube up to where? Sorry, it's cube up to 39 cube. Okay. So you have to evaluate this. Yes. I think some of you definitely had solved this problem. So let's do it. See, you cannot apply here the formula. Why you cannot apply the formula? Because you know 2 cube, 4 cube, 6 cube, basically even cubes are missing here. So to apply the formula, what I can do is I can add those even terms. And if I add those even terms from my side, I have to subtract those even terms at the end. So what will you get here is, see, 1 cube plus 2 cube I am as adding from my side, plus 3 cube plus 4 cube I am adding from my side. So at the end I have to subtract it. Okay. And likewise plus 39 cube, and again I am adding 40 cube from my side, and I will subtract it at the end. Okay. Now let's subtract whatever you have added extra things in this. So we have added what? 2 cube plus 4 cube plus 6 cube and up to 40 cube. Now I think you will be able to solve this, and you will be able to get the answer. Here you can apply the formula. It is sum of cubes of first 40 natural numbers. So the formula is n into n plus 1 divided by 2 whole square. Here you have to put n is equal to 40. So 40 into 41 divided by 2 whole square minus. Here you will take again 2 as common, but outside of the bracket what will become, what will come as what? 2 cube. If you take 2 common from each term, then outside of the bracket what will come out? It will be 2 cube because of this power 3. So inside the bracket what will be left here? It will be 1 cube plus 2 cube plus 3 cube up to 20 cube. So now you can evaluate. Yes, here you also you can apply the formula. 40 into 41 divided by 2 whole square minus 8 multiplied by, here it is sum of cubes of first 20 natural numbers. So you will apply that formula again by putting n is equal to 20. So 20 into 21 divided by 2 whole square. Now again you can take common, whatever the common will come out, and after that you can solve this. So please solve this. It's a simple calculation. I'm not going to solve. I'm not going to do the whole calculation. Okay. Bio, physics, chemistry class. I think the timetable has been sent in the group, but still I am telling you. DPP 1 question number 6. Hano. Okay. So DPP 1 question number 6. After this class, the physics class will be there. I think chemistry class will be there. Physics class will be there. So you please join those classes. And bio class, about bio class. You can see the timetable in the group, or other students will tell you the timetable right now. Since I am teaching, that's why I cannot check the timetable. Okay. Yes, bio class, the timing is told by Kundan sir is 1:45 to 2:45. Okay. Later on, you can join the classes of chemistry and physics, and the bio class will start from 1:45 to 2:45. Okay. So yes, DPP 1 question number 6 should we solve as interval notation? Let's see. DPP 1 question number 6. What is the question number 6? How many numbers are there? No, it is asking that how many numbers are there between 240 and 1000, which leaves remainder 3 when divided by 5? That is the question. If you divide by 5, then the number is leaving remainder 3, and the number is lying between 240 and 1000. You are being asked that how many such numbers are there between 240 and 1000, which leaves remainder 3 when divided by 5. So if you have doubt, then please tell me quickly. I will solve this, otherwise I will move forward. Quickly, please. Which question do you want to ask? Please tell me quickly. Please solve. Okay. See. DPP1 question number 6. DPP1 question number 6. See the question. The question is, how many numbers are there between 240 and 1000? 240 and 1000. How many numbers are there between 240 and 1000, which when divided by 5 leaves remainder 3? That is the question. If you divided by 5 leaves remainder 3. So if you divide any number between 240 and 1000 and that number is leaving remainder 3, so you have to tell me that how many numbers are there between 240 and 1000 which leaves remainder 3 when divided by 5. See, in the class I told you that if divided by 5 a number leaves remainder 3, then that number will be of the form what? After dividing by 5, if the number is leaving remainder 3, then the number will be of the form 5n plus 3. I told you this in class. The number will be of the form 5n plus 3. Yes. Now, let's put the value of n so that it is greater than 240 and it is smaller than 1000. So you can do one thing. 5n plus 3 must be greater or equal to 240 and it must be less or equal to 1000. Yes, because this number is lying between 240 and 1000. So that's why 5n plus 3 will lie between 240 and 1000. Okay, now subtract by 3. So you'll get here 237, 5n here 997. Now divided by 5. So if you divide by 5, 237 divided by 5 and here 997 divided by 5. Now let's divide it. Not necessary to completely divide. Just I want to get integral value after dividing by 5. So I will get 5 4 20, 5 into 4 20, 3 37 and 5 7 35, 2 remainder. So 47 point something. Okay, and here 5 5 4 49, 5 9 45, 4 47 and this. Okay, point something. So see, n is an integer, and this integer is lying between 47 point something to 199 point something. That means the value of n can be what? 48, 49 up to 199. Okay, so these can be the value of n. Now can you tell me how many values are there? Because the question is asking how many integers are there between 240 and 1000. So just you can do is you can simply count, or later on in the sequence series I will tell you one method, and that method is, if you want to get the number of terms here, then one thing is that 199 minus first term 48 and just do it plus 1 here to get the number of term. Okay, I will explain this concept in the sequence and series topic. Right now you just you can either count that how many terms are there, or you can do this like how 199 last term minus first term and plus 1 you have to do it from your own side. Okay, now what will come out? 199 plus 1, it is 200. 200 minus 48. So 152. Okay. So 152 numbers are there between 240 and 1000, which will leave remainder 3 after dividing it by 5. Yes. So the question is clear or not? Please tell me. Okay. Okay, good. Very good. So now I'm going forward. Versa has asked me one doubt. Question number 6 of DPP2. Okay. But that question explain 11 and 12. 11 and 12. Okay. So I think I have solved the problems like 11. A, B are positive integers such that a square minus b square equal to 2009. Okay. So find a plus b. I think I have solved the problems like this. A square minus b square equal to 2009. Yeah. Remember 11 question. There will be many answers for a plus b. Many, I think more than one answer maybe for this question. A square minus b square is equal to 2009. So what we have done is a minus b into a plus b is equal to 2009. So I think now you remember I had factorized this 2009, okay, and equated these two factors, and after that I got the answer. So please do it yourself. I will provide you the answer. Okay, I have done this problem. I think 2 to 3 problems I solved in the class, such type of problems. Okay. Ninth question, Deepak. Which is the ninth question? I don't think. Which question are you asking for? What is the question number 9? DPP 1. See, the 12th question I am telling about DPP 1, and this is the last question which I am going to discuss as your doubt. After this, I will move the class forward. Yes, you will get more than one answer for question number 11. Okay, you may get more than one answer for question number 11. Okay, I will give you the accurate answer, don't worry. So today's last discussion question, because I have to move the class forward also. And yes, Versa, your doubt will get automatically be solved, because the question which is in DPP2 question number 6, I have to do the questions like those in the class itself. Okay, so 1 or 2 questions I will do in the class, and your doubt will get automatically be solved, don't worry. Okay, so how many positive, see question number 12 of DPP1, how many positive integers x are there such that 3x has 3 digits? And one thing I want to tell you, and 4x has 4 digits. One thing I want to tell you, that when the question is given to you, like I had given you the DPPs, there are some questions which are really tricky. Not tricky, you have to think about those questions. So please think properly, please try properly. Okay, try does not mean that you had taken the question and you thought it for 2 minutes and you are not able to solve that question. Then you are saying, okay, I'm not able to solve this question is my doubt, I will ask from sir. No, this is not the proper way. You have to think about that question for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Not only once, but at least 3 to 4 times a day. For example, you have taken the question, you are not able to solve, you are not able to think about that question, then try for 5 to 10 minutes. After that, if you again not able to solve, then leave that question. Then when you are going for some other work after your studies, then you can again think about those questions. Or when you are again sitting for your study, then again think about that question. Because sometimes it happens that uh, in one sitting, sometimes you are not able to think about the question. But if you are sitting for that question on any other time, then you will be able to think about that question. It happens sometimes. So think the question at least twice or thrice in a day at different times for at least 5 minutes. Only after that, put your question in the category of doubt list. Okay. Yes, Varsa, very good, very nice. The exact thing you have done. See, 3x has 3 digits. That means 3x will lie between 100 and 999. Okay. 4x has 4 digits. So 4x will lie between 4 digit, smallest 4 digit number 1000 and 9999. Yes. Now divide by 3. X is integer. See, the question in the question it is given that x is positive integer. So here 100 divided by 3, you will get 33 point something x, and here you will get 333. So the value of the integral value of x can start from 34 to 333. Okay. Now here, if you divide it by 4, then you will get 250. And here, what you will get is 4 to the 8, 1, 19, 16, 3, 9, 39, 4, 9, 36, 3, 9, 4, 9, 30. So it is 2499. Okay, 2499 point something. Now, the integral value of x is lying between 34 to 33 point something. That means the integral value of x can be 34 to 333. And here the integral value of x can be from 250 to 2499. Now see, this must also be true, this must also be true. So you have to take those values of x which will satisfy both of the equations. Both the equations must be satisfied. That's why you have to take common from these two. So just take common. What will become in the common? Starting from 250, because 250 is lying between in this interval. 250 is also lying in this interval, and it will move up to 333 because more than 333 is not allowed in the first. So you have to take common, and the common will be starting from 250 to 333. Now you can count number of integers. Okay, so how many integers are there? See, starting from 250 to 300, the number of integers will be 51, and 33 more integers are here. So the correct answer is 84. 84 integral values of x are there, for which 3x has 3 digits and 4x has 4 digits. Is it clear? Please tell me, is it clear or not? Okay, you people are responding very slowly. What happened to you people? From the first class, you are regularly, your enthusiasm is getting down. What is happening? Please respond quickly. Okay, very good, clear. So now, what I am doing is, I am moving forward. I was telling you about interval and their notation. Okay, I was telling you about interval and their notation. And there I was solving some questions. After solving, I had given you the DPP number 2, which you people have solved. And yes, one of the doubt is question number 6 of DPP 2. So the problems like those I am going to discuss right now. And after solving those problems, I will move to set theory, the first topic of your class 11th NCERT book, set theory. Okay. So let's solve the problem. Yes, the question is, you have to write the value of x in the interval notation, and the question is, 1 upon 3x minus 2 is lying between 4 and 6. Yes. Please try it quickly. You have to write the value of x in the interval notation, and your inequality is this. Today, I think the time has been changed of the class, and that's why a few students are late, or a few students have not joined the class because of, I think, some confusion. They may not be added in the group, I think. That's why. But still, one thing is very much disappointing, that the people who are aware of the timing, they still don't come in the time, don't come on time. That is really disappointing. After my repeated requests, you people are not joining the class on time. This is the bad thing. Okay. See, one student is telling me good morning right now. What is the meaning of good morning right now? I don't think it's morning. Our morning has started at 10 a.m. Please join the class timely, okay? Again, I am requesting, please join the class at sharp 10 a.m. Timing has been changed. The changed revised timetable has been sent in the group. The link has been sent before. I can understand you were not aware of the timing, but no problem. Join the group. Again, I am telling you, and after that, you will get all the information in the group. And please join the class on time. This is the request to all. See, the question is, you have to write the value of x in interval notation. This is the inequality. Listen, everyone, please listen. Okay, I am going to solve this problem, and I will match that who has done correct. 3 students are giving me the answer, and really interesting, all are giving different answer. Okay, so I don't know which one is correct. So let's solve it. See, for solving it, let's take reciprocal on all sides. So if I take reciprocal here, I will get 1 by 4. Here I will get 3x minus 2. Here I will get 1 by 6. And one important thing I want to tell you, that if we take reciprocal on both sides, the sign of inequality will get changed. The sign of inequality will get changed. Always remember. Okay, in the previous class, I told you that if we multiply or divide by a negative number on both sides, then sign of inequality gets changed. If we multiply or divide by negative number on both sides, sign of inequality gets changed. Today, I am giving you another concept. If we take reciprocal on both sides, then again sign of inequality will get changed. So I took reciprocal here. That's why the sign of inequality has been changed. Now the question is similar to the previous problems which we solved in the previous classes. Now to remove this 2, add 2 on all sides. If we add 2 here, then what will you will get is 9 by 4, 3x. You will, what will get here? 1 by 6 plus 2, 6 to the 12 plus 1, 13 divided by 6. Now divide by 3. So you will get 9 divided by 12. No, I am writing. If you are dividing by 3, you will get 3 by 4. Okay, 3 by 4 x. Here 13 by 18. So this is the correct answer. If I write in interval notation, then I will write x belongs to, this is a smaller number, 13 by 18 to 3 by 4, closed bracket on both sides. So this is the correct answer. And yes, Hanok, you have given me the correct answer, but The only small mistake you made is 3 by 4 you have written on the left and 13 by 8 on right. That is not the thing. So remember the thing, what I told you. The sign of inequality gets changed if I take reciprocal on all sides. Is it clear or not? Please tell me. And remember these small things, whatever I am telling you. Second step, again I am explaining. See, I had taken reciprocal on all sides so that this x can come in the numerator. If this x will come in the numerator, after that I will be able to solve this inequality in an easier manner. I don't think I told you that you were wrong. For the next question, I told you, I think. Okay. So in the next question, there is one more thing, one more new thing to you, Versa. I am telling to you. So I will tell that what went wrong in the question. I think you send me. I will tell you. Don't worry. Okay. So is this problem clear? Please tell me. Here I took reciprocal to carry this x in the numerator. And the important thing I told you that if we take reciprocal, then sign of inequality gets changed. Remember from now, okay? Will you remember or not? Please tell me. If you are not able to remember, then please write on your book, not write on your notebook. Although this is a very small thing, that's why I'm not uh, making you write. Okay. So please remember this thing. If we take reciprocal, then sign of inequality gets changed. Okay, next question. And in this question, Versa, I was telling you that you have done wrong. So the next question is that, see, 1 upon 2x minus 1, and here minus 1, and here I am putting 3. Okay. So yes, please solve it quickly. And after that, I will tell the solution. And here you will find your mistake, Versa, which I told you that it was not correct. Okay. So please solve it quickly. Quickly solve yourself. See, if you are sitting in front of the mobile or laptop, please sit with a copy and pen. Okay. Not only one copy and pen, but 2 copy and pen. Why 2 copy and pen? In the one copy is your notebook. In the notebook, please don't make it a garbage book. Okay. Don't do unnecessary calculation and this cross and all other things in your notebook. When I give you any question to solve, yourself, then you try on another rough book. Okay. So that in your notebook, there may not be unnecessary this cross and wrong things. Okay. It must be neat and clean so that at the end you may be able to revise it properly. Okay. So when I give you question to solve, please solve it on the rough, because most of the questions I know you will not be able to solve yourself. I have to tell you the solution. Yes, one more thing. If you are not able to solve the question which I gave you in the class, don't get demotivated, because the questions which I give you in the class, the questions are of new type. And for any student, these things are difficult to think. Okay. The only thing is that after getting the solution, please don't repeat the same mistake. This is the important thing. Okay. You have not to repeat the same mistake. This is the important thing. Okay, so the students are giving me the answer 0 to 2 by 3 or 2 by 3 to 0. Okay, Versa, you must not write 2 by 3 to 0. I don't know that it is the correct answer or not, but you must not write like this. The smaller number will be on left side, the greater number will be on right side. Anjali, 2 by 3 and infinity. How you have written such type of answers? I think you will not get, or the answer is not written like this. No problem, no problem. Okay, let's solve it. See, So students, please focus here. Again, just like the previous problem, let's take reciprocal. If I take reciprocal 2x minus 1, then you will say that sign of inequality will get changed. Minus 1, 1 upon minus 1 is minus 1. Sign of inequality is changed 1 upon 3. First of all, tell me, is it correct or not? Is this step correct or not? Please tell me. I had taken reciprocal. I changed the sign of inequality. It becomes 1 by 3. It becomes minus 1. Is it correct or not? Yes. No, it's not correct. Sai Darshak, you are right. It's not correct. It's not correct. Okay, it is wrong. You can see it clearly here that it is wrong. Why? Because a number is greater than 1 by 3 and it is smaller than minus 1. It is not possible. A number which is smaller than minus 1, that means this number is negative. It cannot be greater than 1 by 3. So it is wrong. Now the question is why it is wrong. Here it was not wrong, but here it is wrong. Why? So see, why it is wrong. Between minus 1 and 3, no, I am giving you the correct answer. Now just wait, okay? Because I think getting the correct answer is not an easy task in this question. DPP2 question number 6 is like this. Okay, so now you please solve it again. Varsha, your doubts will be cleared after this question. Now see, listen. Why I can't take reciprocal here? Because between minus 1 and 3, 0 will be there somewhere. Between minus 1 and 3, somewhere 0 will be there. And if you are directly taking reciprocal, then in between somewhere 1 upon 0 will come. And I told you in the previous classes that 1 upon 0 is not defined. That's why you cannot take reciprocal. The question is, why you took reciprocal here? Why you were able to take reciprocal in this question? Because between 4 and 6 there was no 0. That's why you were able to take reciprocal here. But here you are not able to take reciprocal because 0 will come between minus 1 and 3, and somewhere in between 1 upon 0 will arise, and which is not defined. Okay, so now what to do? I must break this interval at 0. I will write C minus 1 to 1 upon 2x minus 1 up to 0, and 0 to 1 upon 2x minus 1, 3. I have removed 0 from the interval minus 1 to 3 because I am going to take reciprocal, and if I take reciprocal, the 0 will come in the denominator, which will become not defined. That's why I broke this interval at the 0. Now, see, in between minus 1 and 0, there is no 0. So now I can take reciprocal. So if I take reciprocal, then I told you that sign of inequality will get changed. 1 upon minus 1, yes, minus 1. Here, 1 upon 0, very less than 0, a little smaller than 0. So I told you in the class, 1 upon a little smaller than 0 number, you will get infinity minus infinity. Okay, so please look it again. 1 upon very smaller than 0 quantity, that means minus 0.0000. So you will get what? Minus infinity. And see here, if I take reciprocal, sign of inequality will get changed. Here 1 by 3, here 1 upon a little greater than 0, a little greater than 0. So if 1 upon a little greater than 0, you will get plus infinity. This is the thing. Okay, the question is a little difficult, I told you. Now add 1 on all sides to remove this one. So it will be 0, 2x. And if minus infinity, if 1 is added to minus infinity, then it will remain minus infinity, because infinity is a very large number to which if you add 1 or 2 it will not be get affected. Okay, and add 1 to infinity, it will remain infinity, 2x. Add 1 here, so you will get 4 by 3. Now divide by 2 on all sides, so 0 x minus infinity divided by 2 is minus infinity, infinity divided by 2 is infinity, and it is 2 by 3. So see, the final answer is minus infinity to 0, minus infinity to 0, open here, union. Union means, just remember, I am combining these two answers by union. In the set theory, I will explain in detail what does this union means. Union means I have to combine these two. Okay, union 2 by 3 to infinity. That is the correct answer. 2 by 3 closed, infinity open. I am explaining it once again because there was a different concept. So please listen it once again. And after that, still you have any doubt, you can ask. See, I will not be able to take reciprocal of all the sides because 0 is lying between. So somewhere in between, the 0 will come in denominator and that number will not defined. That's why I cannot take reciprocal directly. So what I did is I broke this interval at 0, minus 1 to 0 and 0 to 3. Now I took reciprocal, sign of inequality gets changed. 1 upon a very little smaller than 0, it will be minus infinity. 1 upon a little greater than 0, it will become plus infinity, and like this. So after that, I just solve the inequality. Yes. What do we call this type of problems? No, I will not call anything this type of problem. This is just a problem. You have to learn the concept about it. What is the concept behind this question? I think you must understand only those concepts. Okay, it is not named any type of problems. So yes, please, any doubt you can ask me quickly, please. Very good. Anyone else? If you want to ask anything, please ask it quickly. Please be a little active. Yes, clear. I want some more responses from you people, please. Yes, good. See, one thing you can do is shortcut. Very good. Shortcut. Listen, shortcut. Good, good. Listen, shortcut. I'm from next time, I will directly be able to write the answer. Okay, I will not do all these unnecessary calculations. I will directly write the answer. How? See, just take reciprocal, like in the wrong calculation. So can I move to the next page? Should I move to next page? Okay. From today, you will be provided with the PDF of this file, PDF of these notes. Okay. So please make your own notes properly. You will get these notes at the end. See, I want to write the shortcut. See the shortcut. The question was 1 upon 2x minus 1 is lying between minus 1 and 3. Minus 1 and 3. Okay. Minus 1 and 3. See, just do as you people were doing. Take reciprocal. Here minus 1. Here 1 upon 3. Don't put any sign here. Okay. Because this is shortcut. I am telling you. Add 1. It is 0. 2x. Add 1 here. So it is 4 by 3. Divide by 2. 0. X. 2 by 3. Now remember one thing. Since 0 is coming in between, so 1 upon 0 positive, 0 negative will come. So plus infinity minus infinity is going to come. So by looking at this, you directly write your answer. 0 is smaller. So write minus infinity to 0. Directly write union 2 by 3 to infinity. Don't do the other calculations. Just you can apply the shortcut. What is the shortcut? The shortcut is this. You directly solve the problem like where you were doing before knowing the exact concept. You took reciprocal, don't put inequality anything here, and remove all other things, you are getting this. Now remember one thing, since 0 is coming in between, that's why infinity and minus infinity will come in the scene. Smaller number is 0, so minus infinity to 0, union 2 by 3 to infinity. In this way, you can directly write the answer of such questions. Okay, and this will save your time. Okay, so should I move to next concept? If 0 will comes right side, sir, I don't understand what you want to ask. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to start what? Set theory. Okay. The next thing I am going to start is set theory. Time is getting fast. You don't worry. I told you in the, I think, first or second class. That's our responsibility. That's total our responsibility to complete your syllabus on time. You need not to worry. Okay. Leave all the things upon us. We'll complete your syllabus before time. Don't worry. And not only will complete your syllabus just for the name. No. We'll complete your syllabus exhaustively. We'll give you all the concepts. Okay. After learning those concepts, you will be what? You will be a good mathematicians, I will say, in mathematics. Okay. Just like Ramanujan or any other mathematician. So learn those concepts only. I will give you many concepts, and after that we'll complete the things on time. As I was telling you in the previous classes, slowly and slowly the speed will increase when your and my tuning will match. And the other thing is that please join the class timely. This is the most important thing. Till now, you people are not able to join the class on time. Not I am asking to some particular persons. I am talking in general. So join the class on time. Right now, see, there are 67 students, but initially in the class, I think I have started the class from 40 students, I think. Maximum, I think it was. So please join the class on time. Okay. Okay, set theory. Now I'm going to start set theory. This is the first topic in your class 11th NCERT book. Okay. So, and this set theory will come in use in the next topics and also in class 12th probability topic. So this is a very important topic. Also, questions are asked from in JEE Mains from set theory also. So this is an important topic. I am going to start this set theory. Okay. What is a set? First of all, what is a set? Definition of set. What is a set? See, the set is, listen, everyone please listen properly. The set is collection of well-defined objects, not combination. The correct word is collection. It is collection of well-defined objects. Okay. So what is a set? It is collection of well-defined objects. Okay. What is a set? It is collection of well-defined objects. It is denoted by capital alphabet letter. It is denoted by capital alphabet letter. Okay. The set is denoted by capital alphabet letter. It is collection of well-defined objects. For example, see. For example, a set capital AC. I am denoting the set by capital alphabet letter. Okay. So what does this set A represents? It is collection of, I am giving you just an example. It is collection of all vowels in alphabet. Collection of all vowels in alphabet. Okay. So it is a set. It is collection of all vowels in alphabet. Now, how the set is going to be written? See, this A is equal to, what will be the elements of A? What will be the elements of A? What elements will come inside A? All vowels in alphabet. These are A, E, I, O, U. And see, these elements, yes, these, see, listen, how to write. Listen very carefully, because these are small things, but these are very important things. Students oftenly do mistakes here. These are very small but important things. All the elements are written in a bracket like this. Although it is curly bracket, you have studied, all the elements written inside this bracket. First thing. Second thing, all elements are separated by comma. See, A, comma, E, I, O, U. Okay. So what did you learn here? The set is represented by capital alphabet letter. These are elements of the set A. This A, E, I, O, U. These are elements of the set A. All these elements are written inside the curly bracket, and all the elements are separated by comma. Remember these things. Now, one thing I want to tell you, and after that we'll end our class for today. See, these are elements of this set A. If I talk about this E, suppose, then I will say this E belongs to the set A. Yeah, these should be small letters, but I'm not telling surely about it, because inside the set, anything, if those are separated by comma, they will be called element of the set. They may be small alphabets, they may be any symbol, they may be anything, they may be name of the student, they may be capital letter, they may be anything. If those are separated by comma, then they will be elements of this set. Okay, this is the main thing. See, this E is an element of A, so I will write E belongs to A. E belongs to A. E is suddenly set of A. What does it mean? What is the meaning of suddenly set? No, such type of things are not here. Suddenly set. Okay. See, E is an element of A, so I will write E belongs to A. F is not an element of A, so I will write E is not a subset. I will tell you later what is a subset. You cannot say E is a subset of A. It's absolutely wrong to say. Okay. Please listen. Please read properly. You will get all the things in your lecture. Okay. At the end of the class, again, I am telling you, you will be a very knowledgeable person about the set or any chapter, whatever you will study here. Okay. Don't worry. F does not belongs to A. So how can I write it? F does not belongs to A. Yeah, you are correct, Sai Charan. See, okay. Similarly, you can write anything. U belongs to A, but V does not belongs to A. So these are the meaning. This is the definition of set. I gave you an example on the set. In the next class, I will give you more examples on the set. And in the next class, I will give you some homework for the set. Not today, because today we have done very little on set theory. So in the next class, we'll do set theory, and I will give you homework on the set theory, some homework on the set theory. Okay, later on, I will give you some more examples. Okay, so I think I should finish my class today. Tomorrow, please join the class on time, exactly at 10 a.m. Don't be late. Okay. Okay, thank you. We'll meet tomorrow. Okay. Okay. And yes, please study properly. Okay. And leave all other tensions upon us. We'll take care of all other things. Okay. Just study properly. And if you feel any problem about your study, then you can tell me. Okay. All those problems related to your study, definitely we'll handle those problems. Okay. You have to just study properly. You have to make sincere effort, which is visible to us, which is at least visible to me for my class. Okay, so thanks, and tomorrow we'll meet exactly at 10 a.m. Please be on time. Thank you.